Welcome to the Department of Kinesiology and Nutrition. We're so excited to have you joining us. I'm Chef Renee, and I wanted to introduce you to the UIC Nutrition Teaching Garden, located just behind the College of Applied Health Sciences, where many of your nutrition classes will meet. I'm here in this beautiful and very lively outdoor classroom space that serves students who are enrolled in the nutrition-focused culinary courses that we offer right here on campus. Students learn how produce and fresh herbs can be grown quite easily in an urban environment like Chicago. Students will play the role of an active participant in this garden, so we really incorporate the garden into our cooking courses. We will sow seeds in the springtime, snip herbs, and harvest produce just as it ripens. And then we carry this produce up to our Foods Lab kitchen that's conveniently located on the 6th floor of AHS. And in this classroom, we will learn how to cook and prepare this delicious, nutrient-dense produce that's coming from our garden, and we'll use professional cooking methods and techniques in order to do so. And really, so many fantastic meals have been made using ingredients right from this garden. Our students are always so creative. And I look forward to seeing what you will create in the upcoming semesters during your time with us here at UIC. All right, why don't we take a garden walk? As you can see, the garden is bursting with flavorful ingredient options this time of year. These ingredients are featured in many cooking demonstrations, like this one happening in our Foods Lab in AHS. Nutrition students also use this produce in many of the recipes that they create for classes, such as Introduction to Foods, the Food and Culture Cooking Lab, and Food as Medicine. Unfortunately, during the cooking process, some of our food inevitably gets wasted. So to mitigate this, students are trained to set aside their compostable food scraps as they cook. And at the end of class each day, students will carry this compostable food waste down to the compost tumblers, which are conveniently located in the garden. And through this action, they're able to return these nutrients back to the soil rather than sending them off to a landfill. The compost bin is tumbled and microorganisms get to work decomposing these food scraps. Eventually, this mass is transferred to our worm bins for further breakdown of these nutrients. This process is known as vermicompost, and I like to say that our worms are the hardest workers in our garden. After this food waste spends several weeks with our worms, the worm castings are ready to return to the garden soil beds, and this cycle begins all over again. Future students are able to continue growing, harvesting, and cooking due to previous UIC students' labor over this compost project. These efforts towards improving the quality of our garden soil and keeping food waste out of the landfill helps us operate in a more sustainable fashion. We see food waste as valuable nutrients that will support the health and well-being of not only our garden, but of ourselves and the greater community around UIC. We have also been able to donate extra produce to local food pantries near UIC and contribute to events like Screenable Saturday held at Miles Square Health Center in order to promote breast cancer screening and healthy living. We host student organizations for volunteer days, and our mission is to help our students better understand where their food comes from and how we can grow food in a more sustainable way. This garden truly has a lot to give. And that's our garden. We're so happy to have you joining us this year, and we look forward to working with each and every one of you. Be sure to stop by the garden and say hello. We'll see you soon.